Girl, I'd rather be naked than starving.
Agreed.
What?
The world will end in 150 years. Prepare. You could drink rum.
Yeah, bring out the rum.
You could get scurvy.
Has all the rum gone? I can make clothes out of anything.
Out of the food that you get from your plate.
Exactly.
Bacon wrapped Angela.
Yes.
Hello and welcome to this podcast, this night or day or morning, whenever you are listening. This is Dye and Gelato. We will be doing Would You Rather today. Woo!
Best intro.
Best intro ever. Cory, you have to always introduce podcasts.
Anyways, anyhow, we're just going to be going through these questions I've prepared. Some lumly, some loverly, would you rather questions.
Loverly?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
And we will all respond individually, okay?
Okay. Julie's dying over here.
Yeah, I wish that the listeners could see Julie's face. She is cringing.
Hates everything
Cringe.
about this.
That's your cringing face?
Yeah, it is.
It looks a lot like a smile and a laughing face. I do say. Okay, so our very first question comes from the Whack Shack,
Oh.
where Julie and Angela used to live together when they were in school together. It's a very deep and personal question. It has a place in all of our hearts. We ask all of our friends, would you rather marry a sloth or die alone? Baylee, how would you
Honestly, I
respond
don't
to
think I've
this
ever
question?
answered. Actually, maybe I have, but I cannot remember.
So to clarify, if you marry the sloth, you don't get to marry anybody else. You're married to the sloth. The other option is
Polygamy is illegal.
You don't get to marry the sloth, and you're still alone.
And you have no pets.
And you
That
can't
is the
marry
other
anybody.
stipulation.
You can't have pets.
This would you rather question is very detailed.
It is.
My answer is obvious. Like, it is an obvious answer. I would marry that sloth. I
What?
would marry that sloth so fast.
My answer is very obvious of I would die alone.
I think I would also die alone. Yeah.
But a sloth! Imagine waking up in the morning and you see his little smiling face looking at you.
You're married to him. It's like the concept of marriage I can't get over.
People don't need to know that.
If I had a pet sloth, that would be fine. It's like,
But what if you had to get some like legal records and then they were like, you have a spouse? And you're like, yeah, the sloth
My sloth.
that's sitting on.
yeah, you do have to like claim it on legal things.
Yeah.
I
That
think
is
that
true.
would be dope.
My dependent. My husband.
No,
the
it's not a
sloth.
dependent. That's like a child. It's your spouse. So you're like, for,
They have a job and everything.
well, for filing taxes, you are married filing jointly.
No, you can file separately.
This is so specific.
You can
That's
do
an option for real
That is,
life married
you're right.
people.
You could,
so.
well, your choices are either married filing jointly or married filing separately, but you have to do it married. You can't be a single taxpayer.
I think you probably make a lot of money being the person, like, the crazy person married to the sloth.
You think
Just
you make a
saying.
lot of money?
Well,
Yeah, the publicity and, like, people would want you at their weddings and birthday parties.
Imagine coming with
with your
Right.
spouse.
Right.
What would you do, Cory?
I would marry the sloth.
All right.
Because it's better than being alone.
I can't get behind it.
yeah.
Like,
You can have friends.
you're either, like, you get this sloth for the rest of your life or you are lonely for the rest of your life.
You're not
It's like,
lonely. You have friends.
It
You
says-
just don't have a sloth.
it says, would you
spouse.
rather marry a sloth or die alone?
You cannot cuddle your friends.
Excuse me.
What did we just
think-
do right
you could
before
just- you could
we
just-
recorded this?
You can just imagine, though,
Go on.
Imagine what?
just cuddling your cute little
Sloth husband? Yeah, that's why I'd rather die alone.
I think that sounds so fun.
To be fair, I have heard that sloths are pretty stinky.
That is
Oh,
true.
Oh, I would keep him
So are
clean.
men. That was me. That was
All right, so I guess we see how everybody stands on this.
That's like a 50-50.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a very
I
controversial
find
question.
it shocking that so many people don't want to marry the sloth. To me, it is obvious.
Yeah,
I
to
know.
me it's obvious.
Spencer
also.
is nodding. Spencer is with me.
Yeah, Spencer would marry the
you.
sloth.
Are you
Julie won
or
it.
no sloth?
Julie is no sloth. Spencer is yes
Spencer is
sloth.
yes sloth.
We're split.
We've talked about this a lot of
we're
times.
split.
All
Next
right.
question. That
Well,
was it.
Our next question actually comes from Sienna. Would you rather have a closet that gives you any article of clothing from any brand that you want at any time, or a plate that gives you any food you want at any time?
Plate for sure. I don't care about my clothes. Give me the food.
Agreed.
Okay.
So I have thought long and hard about this question over years.
What?
And no, seriously. And I still am unable to come up with an answer. I think I would probably pick the clothes. And here's why. Food to me is something very, very special. And I think that having a plate that would give me any food that I want at any time would make it less special. Also, I know that I would eat so much because I get snacky all the time. And the fact that there are not snacks keep me from snacking all the time. I like food. I like snacks. So like, I don't think I would actually want to have like an unlimited supply of food all the time. But think about how cool it would be with the clothes. Like you get clothes, as many clothes as you want. If you want, you can then sell those clothes. You can turn it into a business. I mean,
You could turn the food into a business also.
I mean, yeah, but yeah. Well,
I don't want to clean the plate every time, you know. You gotta.
That's true.
Valid point, Baylee.
Thank you.
Just based off of laziness.
I pick clothes.
I'm thinking like survival situation. Do I want a closet full of clothes or a plate that's gonna feed?
I'd
But if you were
rather-
cold, you could be
No,
like,
no.
I want a jacket.
Girl,
Or I could drink some soup.
Girl, I'd rather be naked than starving.
Agreed.
What? Yeah.
I'm with Sienna on
The
this
zombie apocalypse is gonna happen, and
Yeah.
when that happens, I want to have a plate with
Yeah.
unlimited food.
I want food.
Okay.
That's my number one concern when the zombie apocalypse happens.
I can make clothes out of anything.
Out of the food that you get from the plate.
Exactly.
Bacon wrapped Angela.
Yes. Exactly.
I think the clothes.
Hey, if Lady
That was
Gaga
me,
can do it,
yeah.
I can make a meat dress too.
You're right.
What are your reasons, Baylee, for the clothes?
I would gain too much. Oh wait, sorry. I would gain too much weight if I had the plate. It would be really, really bad. I would just eat chocolate constantly and McDonald's constantly. I just imagine like going through my Pinterest boards and being like, I want that outfit, and then it pops out in my exact size, the way I like it, whatever, and that would be the best thing. You wouldn't have to plan any. You can just like plan outfits in the moment. It'd be so nice.
Yeah. I think they would both be awesome, and I am honestly very, very torn, and a lot of it depends on my mood. If I'm hungry, then I want the plate.
If you're naked, then you want the clothes.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying.
Have you guys ever seen that Hannah Montana episode where she has
Opens her
like,
closet,
yeah.
reveals it to her friend.
Yeah, reveals it to her friend, and it's literally this rotating, like many layers of rotating clothes that she goes through. That was the dream. It was so cool to me. And her friend's like, oh, can I try this on? She's like, sure. The best.
Yeah, I just feel overwhelmed when I have too many clothes. Like, I just
too.
don't even wear all these, and then
What are you
they're
going to
taking
do
up
with them?
space,
Like,
and-
you got to wash all
I think
those
that
clothes.
the idea is that you wear them and then you get to put them back in the closet and,
they
they disappear.
disappear.
Unless you want to keep them
Oh.
and sell them or donate them to poor children.
That seems really
Oh, even better. I'm definitely doing the closet.
I don't think the children.
unrealistic.
Yeah, the children won't fit in Cory's clothes.
Maybe I would just get children's clothes out of my closet.
Oh, that's.
But that's
true.
not even what I want. So why are you saying?
I don't know.
Okay, are we ready to move on to the next
yeah, let's do
question?
it. I love the conditions and like we're like, oh,
Yeah,
what
you have
about
to.
this?
You have to think through it. These are serious questions. Obviously, based on our discussion so far, they're very serious
Okay,
questions.
this next one might be a little more serious.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button for your life? So would you rather be able to like go back in time and change things, or would you rather be able to stop what's happening right now and like take time?
Okay, I have a question. If you hit the pause button, does everybody around you pause or can you include people in the pause? So if I want to say like, oh, I wish I could spend more time
Yeah, this is a
with
would you rather question.
my
I think this
I
have to
need
do
more
stipulation.
information.
I think this question kind of centers more around like regrets, you know, because people usually want to go back to change things that they've done in their life, you know? And what I think about is like, would I go back and change things, or would I want to stop and have more time to think about things? So I would choose the pause button because I've already thought about like going into the past and changing things, and I don't want to do that because everything that has happened to me has led up to who I am now, and everybody around me and I don't want to change any of that. So I'm like, nah, that's not for me. So the pause button, though, it's like I'm not changing anything. I just got a little more time. Maybe like more time to sleep in, more time to think about something.
Sold.
You know, I think it would be
sleeping.
more useful. I wouldn't be messing with things I don't want to
timeline.
mess with. Yeah, the timeline. So that's why I would not want the rewind button.
I agree. I think, yeah, the pause button would be awesome because so often I'm so busy with life that I forget to do things that I enjoy, you know? So, like, it would be really awesome to just be able to hit pause and, like, read a book. Like, when was the last time I had time to read a book for fun? I do think, however, sometimes in life I forget to listen to people, and I wish that I had, like, you know, on, like, Netflix, it has, like, the 15-second rewind button. Like, there are times in life where I wish that I had a button like that because I'm like, wow, I forgot to listen for the last 15 seconds. I wish I could just, whoop, go back.
That would be nice.
But, yeah.
I'm for the pause button as well. I feel like there's so many times in my life where I always go back to it, but one of my favorite moments of a day is right when I get home from work. It's like 5:30 a.m. It's still dark, but you can hear the birds. You can hear the birds start to wake up and everything, and it's just everything's just so quiet, and it's really nice. I wish I just had a pause button and I could just like sit outside. No one's out there. It's so nice. I could grab a book if I wanted to. I could just sleep outside if I wanted to, and no one's gonna
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Step on
So yeah, that's it. But just to pause some moments in my life where I just like wanted to just exist and not have time just keep going, because then like the hour's up and you have to go do your next thing or whatever. So
Yeah, I definitely agree about like, I mean, there definitely are things that I regret in my life, but I don't necessarily want to change them because looking back, like that's where I learned the most. If the rewind button was more like I can go relive certain things, I think there's like some very high moments in my life that I would love to like go back to France for an afternoon and like relive some of that. Or, even like in 10 years being able to come and just like be in this situation again, I think would be super fun. But it's not like, oh, I want to rewind to change anything. It's more like I would want to be like back in this situation, interacting with the same people in the same state I was in at that point.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I don't think that was really
No,
part of the what you
I think that could be. I think that's
I think
a
so,
really
too.
like a cool way to look at it, because for me it was just like, yeah, that's not what I want. But like if you could go back and just relive like really important moments of your life, or really fun or emotional or whatever, I think that would be awesome.
Well,
I would
then
still
I
choose
can-
the pause button.
Yeah. Well, but then I can go back and just re-sleep for a night, and then that's like the pause button too.
I don't know if it works like that. I don't know if it doesn't. But
This is your would you rather. You can decide.
it might.
I don't know. Framed in that context, I'm tempted to pick the rewind button because I think back on like our trip to San Diego and just like being able to relive one of our nights at Sunset Cliffs. Like that was.
I cried too much there. I don't want to do that.
It would be really, and I have like a really bad memory, and sometimes it makes me kind of sad to like look back on my past and realize how much I've forgotten. And so like it would be really, really awesome to be able to go back and relive these memories that have kind of staled with age, and become fuzzied with age. So I think that would be really awesome too.
It's like a diary, but you didn't have to write anything down. You can just
It's
choose
just
a date.
you.
Yeah.
You are the diary.
If that's what it is, then I pick the rewind button actually. Yeah. I wouldn't want to change anything, but being able to relive moments, yeah.
I think I would still choose the pause button because I don't know. There's just something about, to me, like if I'm going back and reliving things, they might lose it's like the plate. Like you might not enjoy it as much anymore. It's like, okay, well, now I'm desensitized to that memory and that experience. And I don't know if it would really be like that because we can't do that. But I would appreciate, just in my life, who I am. I would just love to have more time. I'm the kind of person that's like, I think of everything that I want to say hours after the conversation. I've had time to process now. I'm like, okay, this is everything that I want to say now, but it's too late. So if I had time to one of the things that I think about is just time to think and just think about and ponder and try and work through things that are happening in my life.
Think of a good comeback.
Yeah. You're stupid.
Or it's like you pause and then you turn, like, have you seen those movies where they pause and then they like turn to the camera and they're like, in this situation, one might do this, but instead I'm gonna do this, and they like it like starts playing again.
You live in your own personal soap opera.
Yes, exactly.
I already do that.
We know, Cory.
Okay, our next question is going to be, would you rather be able to speak any language or be able to communicate with aminals?
Animals.
Animals.
I would pick language because honestly, I don't think animals would have all that, like, very many interesting things to say. I think that they'd be like my dogs. Let me tell you, one of them has one brain cell and the other one is just angry all the time. She's like a nasty little cur with no teeth. And so, like, I don't think that their thoughts would be all that profound. It would probably be like, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me. And then the other one would be like, I gotta poop, I gotta poop, I gotta poop. You know, give me snacks, give me snacks. Anyway, so, like, I don't think that animals would necessarily have, like, very profound thoughts or things to share. And obviously, some animals are smarter than others. Probably the majority of animals are smarter than my 2 wiener dogs with their 1 brain cell each. But to be able to communicate in any language would be awesome. Imagine how fun it would be to travel the world.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could
Totally.
go anywhere, communicate with anybody. Like, you could go to, like, the remotest places and be able to speak not only their language, but their dialect. Like, that would be so cool. 100% I would pick language.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's like, for me, the like relationship is just so important. I mean, animals are cool, but they're not humans. Like, there's not that connection you can build with animals. And so, yeah, just being able to like hear everyone's stories in their heart language would be so cool.
Yeah. I really love people, so I would also choose the language one. I just want to be able to, yeah, like Angela said, hear their stories, be able to communicate with them, and just, I feel like that would just, yeah, make traveling the world so much easier and much more fun, for sure.
Well, and I love what Angela said. You said heart language. And I mean, me and Cory have both learned a second language. And I don't know if you felt this way, Cory, but when I learned a second language, I felt like I couldn't truly be myself in the second language for at least the first few months that I spoke it. Like, I felt like I lost a big part of my personality. And so even when you're communicating with somebody who might speak your language, but it's not their native language, you never get, I mean, it's hard to truly get to know somebody when there's this barrier of language, you know?
So what if you could teach the animals?
Cory wants to justify him choosing the other
I
thing.
just wanted Cory to be like, well, I hate humans, so
No, I would definitely also choose humans. I thought there would be a little bit more
Humans.
of like, humans.
the language.
Yeah, I thought there would be a little more of a like controversy maybe over that, and we'd talk about it a little bit more. But like the first point that was made was like, oh yeah, that's very valid. What do animals even have to say? Nothing.
Hold me, hold me, hold me, hold me.
So I agree with everything that was said about language, and I would love to be able to just communicate. Even like in my career that I'm choosing, being able to speak so many different languages would help so much with all the like refugees who are coming in, like connecting people to resources, and just like so much good you could do with that ability. So our next one is, would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future? So I feel like being able to see 10 minutes into the future is a little bit shallow, because
Why?
then you're only centering on yourself, like what's going to happen to you, what's going to happen like around me. But if you're seeing 150 years in the future, you're more centered around like what's going to happen to my children and my grandchildren and like the human race as we know it. Does that make sense?
Actually, yes, it does. And my first instinct was 10 minutes because I was like, 100 years, 150 years, that doesn't even include me.
Yeah, I'm not even going to be there.
So, I mean, what does that say about me? But, but like, as you were talking, I started to like actually think about it and be like, whoa, like I could watch my great grandchildren's lives.
Or you could watch the world explode.
or I could watch the world explode. Yes.
You never know.
Then you'd be a crazy prophet lady. Like, the
Yeah.
world will end in 150 years. Prepare.
But I think it would be so cool to like be able to watch like my posterity living their lives. And yeah, just being able to see the direction that the world goes. That would be interesting.
I think for me, the 10 minutes would cause me so much anxiety because I don't know. I like just kind of not knowing what's next. But the 10 minutes, I think, would just make me so anxious. And I don't know. Because what if you go 10 minutes in the future and you see yourself getting in a car accident? I don't know. That would scare me.
Well,
I
think
think
about...
that's kind of the point. It's like, oh, well, then I'm not going to go drive. But like 10 minutes is not even that much time. And I think for me, if I could see 10 minutes into the future, I would look 10 minutes into the future and then a minute would pass and I would look another 10 minutes in the future. It's like, that's all I would ever be doing anymore. Because of like that anxiety. It's like, okay, I need to know what's going to happen.
I need to know what's next.
I would spend the rest of my life just looking into the future.
Well, I have a very valid point that needs to be made. Think about That's So Raven. Did you guys ever watch that show?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's kind of her power.
True.
She can see just a little bit into the future. And the whole premise of that show is things going wrong because she's trying to prevent what she sees in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
So, I mean, science.
But
Based on That's So Raven, science.
Science.
And on the other side, like the 150 years in the future, you can prepare the world for whatever's going to happen. So if there's like whatever's going to happen, if there's another pandemic outbreak or whatever, or the world's going to end, you'd be like, okay, let's get ready.
You really would be the crazy prophet lady.
I actually think I would be the crazy prophet lady.
Baylee would definitely be the crazy prophet.
Well, why wouldn't you? What are you supposed to do with that information?
Would you just
You're just
keep
going to
it
sit
to
there.
yourself,
Yeah, would you
Angela?
just keep it for yourself? I think I would go insane knowing 150 years in the future, dinosaurs are going to come back.
Jurassic Park is real.
Yeah, I would need to tell someone. What about you, Angela?
I don't think I want to see in the future.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, that's not one of the
That's not an
options.
option.
Although I think that's valid. Explain why you wouldn't want to see into the future.
Well, I constantly am like planning things, and like something I'm working on is trying to just like live in the present. And I think Cory's right of like, if I'm looking 10 minutes in the future, then that's going to be controlling the things I do now. But like seeing 150 years into the future, part of me, like you were saying of like, oh, well, we can warn people. Well, there's things we know scientifically that's not just from That's So Raven that probably
That's a Raven isn't scientific, Angela?
no. I'm saying I'm like, there are things that we know that like negative impacts we're having on the earth. True. Or like a pandemic could happen. If you look in history, there are pandemics that happen. Mm-hmm. So like, why aren't we preparing for them now anyway? Like, why aren't we making better steps to better the world now without having a vision of the future? Because we already kind of have that vision of the future. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why. And then if I looked 150 years into the future, then that's also going to be consuming my brain for the rest of my life also. Mm-hmm. And so as someone who is constantly looking into the future already, I want to live in the now. And so I don't necessarily want to see what's happening in the future.
Dang, now I feel guilty for that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I actually kind of feel that way for like most superpower questions. Like if you had a superpower, what would it be? I'm like, I wouldn't choose one because then like I would be impacting the world in like a different way and everything would change. And like then the world wouldn't really be the world. It wouldn't be like, let's focus on like who we are and what we are now and what we can do. So I really relate to what you said. But you still have to choose one.
I know, I was like, what? But you have to choose.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 150 years just so I'm not because like Cory was saying, like I just constantly be looking 10 minutes into the future, and that would be crazy. Like, you're like living two lives simultaneously that happen
Glad we can all agree on that one.
Okay, next one is going to be, would you rather live in a treehouse or a cave?
Treehouse 100%.
Yeah, treehouse. Sienna's contemplating over there. Really?
There's no windows in a cave.
Yeah. And it's
treehouse.
wet.
Well, I just
Tree
have to
houses
think
could be
about
wet,
it
too.
because like it would be pretty dope. Like
I mean, that's true.
To live in a cave? Be a cave person?
be like, yeah,
I
like,
mean,
like bring your friends home and just party it up in a
It's
cave.
so
It
cold.
would be like a constant camp
you
party.
have a fire.
You're living in the cave. You're not just surviving. Like you're living just like you would live in a treehouse. You know.
Also, you can be like
or in a normal
the
house.
cave troll. Welcome to my home. I would still live in a treehouse,
I know,
but
I was
like
I think the treehouse would be more homey.
Okay,
That's true.
I think about Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love these resources that we're citing in all of these.
That's what I think of. If I had like the little underground river and I had these different banks that I can turn into different things, and I had maybe like a pirate stash. That would be so not a pirate stash like treasure, but like a mustache. Just kidding.
I was like, a
Yes, that's good.
A pirate stash. No, if I had like I could like deck out my cave, I think I would definitely choose a cave as long as it had like that underground river, because that just would change everything for me. A cave is a cave, but a cave with a river?
Yeah, see, the reason why I hesitated is because a treehouse is just a house, just up high. But a cave would be cool.
I think a cave would be so
A cave
cool.
is more unique, but like at least for me, the sunlight would be super important for my mental health.
Yes.
I guess if it's like I have a second home and it's either a tree house or a cave, I would pick a cave. But if
Okay.
I have to live 100% of my time in this home, I would pick the tree house.
I feel like I would agree with that.
I would just take vitamin D supplements.
Get a sunlight and you're
I would
fine.
just stare at my phone all day. That provides light.
Yeah, it does. I basically already live in a cave.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, thanks
man.
for answering that. Did everyone answer? Everyone was treehouse except for me. And Sienna's like 50-50, depending.
Yeah.
Okay. I would 100% of the time choose a cave as long as it had the river. And maybe
That's
like
on the
pirate
condition.
booty.
The popcorn or the treasure?
That's a popcorn? Definitely not that.
Isn't it like white cheddar?
Yeah.
Popcorn?
Yep.
It's good. Sorry, that's totally not relevant.
Okay. Our next question. Would you rather hunt and butcher your own meat or never eat meat again?
Spencer's laughing at us. Because we're all like deep in thought.
I know, we all like looked upwards too. We all, as if
I already
revelation
have
was
my
gonna
answer
come
for
out.
All right,
this
then you
one,
tell
if
us
you
while
want
we
me to
think
say.
about it.
Go for it. And then give
Because
me
I've
your
already
reason.
read these and like thought about them a little bit. Okay. I would never eat meat again. For two reasons. Number one, I don't want to hunt for my food. It's just not convenient.
That's fair.
That's just not convenient. Second reason, I saw this video of a cow in someone's bed the other day and it was the most adorable thing.
What?
It was adorable. This was the cutest little cow in someone's bed, and it almost convinced me to be vegetarian in that moment. I like thought, I was like, okay, I gotta eat less meat. So I'm already like on the verge. So like if I had to kill and butcher an animal, I just don't think I could handle that.
You made Spencer cry.
He's crying tears for the cute little
For the cute cow in the
cow in the
bed.
bed.
It's the like in the bed part that gets me.
The cow in the bed. I think I agree with you. I think I agree with you though. The act of having to kill an animal.
I only like
yourself.
to indirectly kill animals.
Yeah, that's how I prefer. No, true. Yeah, and there's just man the time. I want my McDonald's chicken nuggies fast.
Here are my thoughts. I would pick needing to hunt and kill my own food, my own meat. But here's why. I just want that option open. So I would mostly live a vegetarian life. But every once in a while, like, say my family wants to go hunting, then I can go hunting and then I can have venison. You know, like I would want that option open. I don't think I would use it probably at all or ever, but I would pick that just to have the option there.
I don't think that's how this question works. I
Why
think it's supposed
not?
to be black and white. Like either you hunt
Corey,
for your
I
food
answered
or
the
you
question
don't.
in a very valid way.
Either you
Okay.
hunt for your food or you
Well,
don't.
no, it's not hunting for all your food.
Yeah.
It just says hunting for your
Yeah,
meat.
but like if you
It just says hunting for your meat.
that's like a cop out though, Sienna.
No, because I was gonna say the same thing, Corey.
We could all say the same thing, and then this question is just a wash.
Well, okay, but I agree with Sienna in the sense of like I am willing to kill for my meat occasionally, but I would still eat mostly a vegetarian diet. But it's the fact that now like I will do the work to get the meat maybe like once a year or something. Or like Baylee was saying, I want my chicken nuggets, so I have the ability to bless people with chicken nuggets when I am willing to do the work of killing and cleaning the chicken.
You should make us homemade chicken nuggets.
Okay, I will.
Oh, please.
But I will not kill a chicken for it. I'll go to the store.
You have to. You already answered the question.
I think in that context, I'd still be a vegetarian.
Because I would bless you with meat.
Yes. No, no.
I do. I think I wouldn't. I still wouldn't kill anything
It's because of the cow in the bed.
because of that poor little bed cow.
But I already like go fishing, you know?
Yeah, I don't like to gut fish.
Like I filleted fish before, and like to not be able to do that, to not be able to like go out fishing with my dad, I would hate that. I want to go fishing with my dad. You know? So, like,
See, and that's not my family, so I'm like, nah.
yeah.
Well,
depends.
on the flip side, you could still go fishing. You just can't eat it.
But I want to eat the fish that I catch.
Because they're delicious.
That's why I picked what I picked.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
Julie's telling us one more
Yeah.
question.
Would you rather eat a mummy
Okay.
in one sitting or throughout the course of a year?
What? I hate that.
I like to
question.
savor my mummies.
Imagine you'd have to take a bite every day. Ugh.
Yeah, well, or you have to do it in one sitting.
New Year's Eve. Just you have a whole year to eat it.
Oh, that's terrible.
You
I
just
don't
eat it
like
at the
that
very
question.
end.
Okay, Cory, what's your question?
All
What's
right.
last one?
I've
Okay,
got
good.
I've got a lot of questions. I'm like, which one is the best one here?
The mummy question.
No.
I don't think it's the mummy question.
Rude.
Would you rather spend the weekend with pirates or ninjas?
Pirates.
Okay,
Pirates.
why?
Because
That's my first instinct, but why?
Sienna loves Pirates of the Caribbean. So.
I do love Pirates of the Caribbean. But I mean, think about, like, they could take you out on, like, their boat. And
You can
could
get pirate booty.
You can get pirate booty and a pirate stash.
The popcorn and the hair.
But, like, I just think it would be fun to, like, go out on, like, a pirate ship and just, like, spend a day with pirates. Like, maybe they would be awful and maybe they would be really nasty. I don't know. But, like, that just sounds more fun to me than, like, watching a bunch of men in tight black clothes. Not men and women. Because
That's right. Because anyone can be a ninja.
anybody can be a ninja.
Anyone can
But
cook.
watching people in a tight black clothes just like do flips and throw stars, stuff that I can't do, you know. But like I could have a party on a pirate
You
ship.
could drink rum.
Yeah, bring out the rum.
You could get scurvy.
Has all the room gone?
I'd pack a couple oranges.
Well,
in my
also,
pockets.
it's a weekend. She's not going to die of scurvy in a weekend.
You could still get it.
You can get a monkey though. I agree with Sienna.
Yeah.
I would definitely do pirates.
Yeah, I
because
could-
they're so much more fun than ninjas. I feel like they're also kind of quiet. Like they don't talk.
And
they're like
rigid.
and they're like spies, kind of. And so like, but pirates are just loud and they party and they pillage and plunder and whatever the heck
And
they
it
do.
doesn't require like any additional skills that I don't
Yeah.
have.
You're
right
right.
now.
You can literally just
Exactly.
run through the streets and they'll be like, oh,
Except for
pirates,
maybe like
pirates.
holding a dagger in your teeth. That might be a little hard not to get cuts.
And
not to get otter pop cuts.
yeah, and learning to hold your booze, I think that's a acquired skill.
Oh, I could not do that.
Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely pirates because you'd have more fun and like Cory said,
a party.
like I can participate as a pirate. As a ninja, I'd sit there and watch and be like, "Wow, you're way cooler than I am," and I'm gonna give us away. So
So does your answer change if you get the ninja skills?
No.
Would you
No.
choose to go with ninjas?
I don't want to just sit in the dark and like kill people. I'd rather sit.
party hard.
I'd rather sit on the ocean and kill people
I'd rather
get
burn
their
down
and get that booty.
burn down a coastal town.
Because fire and water are more fun than darkness.
All right, I think it's unanimous.
And have
then.
you
I would
seen
definitely choose
Captain
pirates.
Jack Sparrow? Just kidding.
Yeah, you could have those dreads too.
Yes.
And the stash.
And the run.
stash.
And the bad luck.
And the run.
He runs weird.
Yeah, I know. We should film a video of us running down the street.
I think
like
we should
that.
not. But it's okay. Anyway.
All right, well, that's all the questions that we've got time for. I've still got a million more, but Julie doesn't want us to have more.
Yeah, it's Julie's fault.
It's all Julie.
Would you rather continue answering questions or respect Julie's wishes? Okay, that's it.
Well, that's all the time that we've got today. So thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow us on social media. And remember, if you leave us a review, we'll send you a little sticker. So
You're right. You're right.
do that.
Do that.
So do it.
Okay.
We love you guys. We love you all so much. It hurts.
Okay, bye.
That was such a good
Bye.
outro. Yay.